Hello, my beautiful friends. This is Tracy McMahon. I am a spiritual mentor and an intuitive healer, and I'm here doing a little bit further discussion and share around like being an empath and just how we can be empowered with our empath gift rather than disempowered and feeling all the feels. Something that is really like comes up a lot is people ask me, how do I know what's mine and how do I know what belongs to somebody else? So, this is where self exploration, not excavation, but I guess we're going to be excavating as well, but self exploration. So, how do we do this? The first thing, if you go back into one of my other videos where I speak about doing a write and burn, that's where we get to write down all the thoughts that are going on in our head and anything that's plaguing us or going round and round and round and just not leaving us alone, anything that's upsetting us, angering us, making us sad, whatever is going on for us, get it all down on paper and burn it safely. Go back and have a look at that video if you want to know the steps to take. But that is a really important thing to do before you do this, okay? Just to clear out the cobwebs, get rid of whatever doesn't belong or doesn't is not helpful anymore and is just bullshit thoughts going around and around in your head. So we want to get some clarity. This is where you grab pen and paper. You might want to get yourself a pretty book. I don't know. For years, I bought all these journals. Like, God, they were so beautiful. I bought so many of them. I think I wrote for one page and that was about it. It wasn't until I actually allowed myself to put pen to paper on a regular basis that I started to actually understand, oh my God, this is my thoughts. This is how I feel. So you might be uncomfortable with journaling. So let's just look at it as a piece of paper and a pen for now. And this is not a dear diary, this is what happened for me today. This is a how do I feel today? So once you've done the write and burn, you got rid of that excess energy and all that rubbish that's been sitting there, that you can either like just put up the top, you can ask a question. If there's something that's plaguing you or something that's, you don't know whether to do this or that, write the question at the top of the page. And then just start to talk to yourself. Like it's just seems really weird, but just start to answer that question. Like, why do I need to know the answer to this question? I just don't even know. Like, why can't I? And just start to write, because the minute you start to put pen to paper, you're not writing a book. Nobody's ever going to read it. So you don't have to be worried that it's going to sound right. And the other thing that I remember, I remember thinking, this journal is so beautiful. I don't want to ruin it by writing the wrong thing in it. That's the point, is writing everything and anything. My journals now, like God, I write myself notes, I write myself whatever is coming up. It's not something that's going to be on display for people to go and pick it up and read it. So it's just you and that book. So take away that little girl thing of I have to make it pretty and just get in there and start sharing your thoughts. There is something that really helped me. Oracle cards. This was when I couldn't think of what to write and I really wanted to start writing. I would put a question that I had in my mind at the top of the page, and I still do this today. I'd put it like, if it was a question or a thought or something where I don't know, should I go right or left or what should I do in this situation? I would then go to a deck of oracle cards and I would start to shuffle. Now, this is where I didn't even trust myself enough to know which card I was going to get. So I just started to go, I'm just going to shuffle until a card falls out. And I still, to this day, cannot shuffle very well. And there we go. So there's one's come out here. So what I would do is I would look at the picture. If I can give you a little bit of an idea with oracles, if you've never done it before, don't just go straight to the book. All right. This is where you get to really feel into, what does this card mean for me? You might look at the words that the card says. You might look at the colors. What does the picture remind you of? Like, is anything coming up? Like, does it make you feel a certain way? Are you noticing symbols in it? Are there numbers on the card that mean something for you? This is just what we're doing here is we're just taking that time to be with ourselves. We're not asking anybody else's opinion. We're not sitting there having a chat with somebody going, what do you think I should do? We're just taking some time out, you with a pen and some paper and your oracle cards, and you're just going to get a little guidance. So always, always, always look at the card for yourself first. Do not go straight to the book. I beg you not to go straight to the book, because you're going to find what this card means for you. Like, I'm looking at this. She's sitting there with this little box, looking at the sunrise or sunset, actually, I think it is. And the words are vision, quest, and seek. She's alone, which makes me very excited because I love being by myself. I would absolutely love to do exactly this. So my energy is going, yeah, I need some alone time. That'll be bloody great. The symbol is the spiral, and it's very similar to the symbol that I write all the time. And that symbol for me means spirit. And I don't know if you can see it, but yes, you can. See how it's everywhere? So it's telling me that I need to take some time to sit by myself and connect with spirit without even going to the book. So what I do is I write down on that piece of paper or in my journal what is actually coming up for me when I'm looking at this card. Then I can go to the book and I can look that up and I can go, okay, I'll read it. And any words that, jump out at me, I'll write them down on the journal. Sometimes I used to even write the entire entry of the book. I would write it in my journal. That not only gave me messages, but it made me think that I was filling my journal with pretty stuff. So, but what's happening here is it's giving you the opportunity to connect with yourself. It's giving you the opportunity to hear messages that you wouldn't have heard if you didn't take the time to be with yourself. Just need to. That's better. Too much light. Too much light. So writing all of that down, and then you'll go to where it gives you, it might have a prayer, it might have a ritual that you can do, it might have a healing practice that you can follow. So then you can go and do that. So you, a pen and paper and a deck of oracle cards. And if you haven't got any oracle cards and you've never got them before, go to your shops that, like crystal shops sell them, some tobacconists sell them. Some you can buy them online. The best way to purchase them and to find which one you want is look at the picture on the front, and if it resonates with you, you grab it. That's it. There's no like big, huge thing of how do I know what oracle deck to use. If the picture and the words talk to you, that's the one. Whatever in amongst all those boxes of oracle cards, whichever one you think, oh, that looks nice, just get those ones. I'll take you on a bit of a journey on what to do with them and cleansing them and what have you in another video. But that is a really great way to start to connect with what you think. Because the minute you start to take time to be alone, get pen to paper, and actually choose cards for yourself. Look at the card. What does it mean for you? What's coming through for you? Writing it down. You're starting to connect with what's going on internally for you. You're starting to connect with your thoughts, your beliefs. And so then when something foreign comes in, you'll go, oh, this doesn't even feel like mine. And this is how you start to differentiate what belongs to you and what belongs to somebody else. As you start to journey more with the journal, then you can start to write, this is how I feel. These are my core beliefs. Like, this is what my values are. When we start to connect with our values, then anything outside of that that is not of our value, we know that does not belong to me. This belongs to somebody else. So it's in that process. And if you did that daily, and it doesn't need to be a big 2-hour extravaganza, it could take you 5 minutes. Shuffle, pick a card, have a look at it. What does it do for me? Read the book. That's it. On those days that you don't have time to put pen to paper, have your cards somewhere where you have access to it. Some people put them on their bedside table and choose one before they get out of bed. Others have theirs in their bathroom so that when they're doing their makeup and what have you, they can actually choose their card. Other people have it as they walk out the door and they pick up their car keys, they choose a card. So this is another thing to really feel into. It doesn't have to be a big ceremony. Place your tools where you're going to be so you see them and it reminds you, oh, I'm going to pick a card. Have them there with you. So I hope this has been helpful. If you'd like to know anything more, if you've got any questions or comments, drop them in the comments below and I'll get back to you when I see them. All right, I'll see you next time.